Hi everyone, I'm Kirsten from the Mass Realty Communications team here to talk with Anne about the Clever Hand Gallery in Wellesley. Though I don't want to give away too much off the bat, I'm really interested to learn more about this unique gallery that gives a great opportunity for all kinds of local New England art to be displayed and purchased right here in Wellesley Square. So thank you so much, Anne, for chatting with us today. Could you please introduce yourself a little bit for everyone?
Well, I'm in Schunior and I'm a potter and I live in Randolph, but the gallery is in Wellesley, so that everybody in the gallery isn't actually Wellesley residents, but we're all close.
Right.
And I've been in the co-op for many, many years.
Okay, awesome. So you're a good person to tell us all about it then. That's great. Thank you. So before we get into the gallery itself, I always want to try to tie this back to community. So why do you think, in a general sense, a gallery with local art is important to the community?
I think the answer to that is in some ways subtle, that it allows almost anyone to be having affordable, beautiful things in their homes or to wear every day. I think that we're so surrounded by things that are plastic and things that are coming from big boxes and are made by totally anonymous people that we get separated from what it feels like to be living with something that's handmade and beautiful.
Right. That's a beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like a little piece of your community that you can put in your
Exactly.
home or carry around, right? Yeah, and today, like you said, everything is so commercialized and industrial that we're a little bit detached maybe from the things that we own.
And I love it. I mean, you rephrase that to a little piece of your community. I really like that phrasing of it. Thank you.
Okay, well, excellent. I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can throw that into the website somewhere if you want.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. So, put simply, then, what is the Clever Hand Gallery? What? Tell me a little bit about it.
We're a cooperative. And what we mean by that is the store is totally owned by the artist craftspeople. And let's just say from the beginning that we're fine crafts. We are, for the most part, not two-dimensional art on the wall kinds of
Mhm.
art or sculpture, but we are finely made crafts. Um, and that includes jewelry that just can be used.
Right.
And we are totally owned by, there are about 20 of us who are full members. We have no paid staff. We have no paid nobody. We
Okay.
do it all ourselves. So that if you come into the gallery, you're going to meet a craftsperson. You're going to meet somebody working working at their craft and working in the store. And we have the 20 of us. And then we have about 40 additional craftspeople who are here on consignment.
Okay.
And they're from New England. Everybody is from New England. So we're local in that sense.
Okay, that's really cool. You get a little bit more of a personal connection then from the person like also selling the art. They may have made it or they are friends and colleagues with the other people that have made it. That's really cool.
Right, because we are friends and colleagues.
Right.
And also what that allows is for us to do a lot of custom work that you can come in and see something and say, I'd like that, but I'd like it a little larger. Or we have people that do special order name signs with children's names. Can you make it with, my about to be born grandchild's name on it? Or I want, that color mug with a different animal on it, because I do pottery with animals on it. And we can do that, and we're happy to do that.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. And getting things made especially for somebody is such a special way to have a gift.
It
Or
is.
I've definitely been in the store before and like, oh, I would love that if it was purple instead of red, right? So I think that's what gives an awesome opportunity. And it's good for anybody watching to know that they shouldn't hesitate to ask then, I guess.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Okay, that's awesome. So let's talk a little bit for everybody that hasn't been there. What is it like in the gallery? How does it feel when you walk into the space?
I think the first thing that people notice is color. I think we're all in some ways addicted to color, and we're working in colors. Now the colors can be subtle, so don't think you're going to come in and everything's going to be in a fuchsia or flamingo pink or primary colors. But I think we're all very aware of working with color, and I think when you come in, that's what you see. Beyond that, some people say it's like coming into a museum, except you can handle everything and you can afford it.
Right.
But I think the other thing about the store is it's small without being claustrophobic. I don't think people feel claustrophobic when they come in, but it is a small store. It is a very deep store. You go in, and I don't know the history of this building, but we are almost twice as wide at the front of the store when you come in than by the time you get to the back. It just narrows in on you.
Right.
And we're in 3 rooms. There are 2 rooms on the first floor, and then you go upstairs to a second room. And one of the things we really regret is that, like most old buildings like this, we are not totally accessible. We have a second floor and we have stairs.
Right. Right. That's difficult when it's an older building, but I'm sure if someone wanted to see something, you could try to bring it down, or they can check out the website. Is quite extensive, right?
Check out the website. We have a good online store on the website,
Right.
and we are happy to bring pieces down. And we're also happy somebody will be buying several pieces of pottery, because we have the pottery upstairs. And they'll be afraid to walk down the stairs carrying pottery, and we're happy to come up and carry it for you.
Right. Makes sense. Fair enough. Okay. Awesome. Well, I mean, yeah, it's something that's complicated, especially in, all of the greater Boston area. There's a lot of really old buildings that could probably be renovated to be more accessible, but you guys are doing the best that you can, obviously. So that's great.
Right.
Right. So it sounds super cozy, which is nice and very vibrant. And obviously not all fuchsia colors, like you said, but it seems really great. So you said you don't know a lot about the history of the building itself, but could you tell me a bit of the history about the gallery?
I had meant before today to look at the exact dates of when we were founded, but I think we were founded something like 47 years ago.
Right.
It was a long time ago. We were in Sudbury for about, I'd say, 5 years.
Okay.
And it was a place that was very limiting to us. And we took a huge leap, maybe somewhere between 35 and 40 years ago, of moving to Wellesley. And it was for us a very scary move at the time. We were basically moving into the high rent district. But we thought it was a high rent district and this very strange building.
Right.
And we thought about it and decided we could make it work.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. That's really interesting. Yeah. It's always a bit of a scary leap, but it seems to be working pretty well, seeing as you're still here, so 40-some years.
We're making it work. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's so great to hear. I feel like it's easy for us to be losing these small local businesses with local art and everything. So it's always a really happy story to see that there's a cooperative like your team here surviving in difficult times as well. So Awesome. So we talked really briefly about, can you mention some of the things that you can find in the gallery? So it's not a lot of paintings, but it's some jewelry. What else are popular things that people come in for?
There's a lot of jewelry.
Okay.
And the jewelry is all in the first room right when you come in, which makes it easy for us to help you to try it on and to see what it looks like. So, I don't even know the number of people making jewelry. We have at least 6 or 8 people with a lot of jewelry and more besides that, because you'll have somebody who works in glass who will make glass jewelry. One of our potters does a little pottery-based jewelry. We have a glass blower that's making earrings of the tiniest little origami birds you've ever seen. They're just adorable. We have 5 potters with very, very different styles of work. One of the good things about the co-op is that we can have 5 potters and not feel like we're competing against each other. Because somebody who comes in liking my work they're going to maybe like Lisa's work, but it's not going to be right for them or right for the gift they want to give.
Right.
We've got a number of people working in glass. We've got some blown glass, but a lot of slumped and fused kiln form glass. Some clothing. We don't have a changing room because of our size. It just hasn't been practical to have that. So it's mostly outerwear, things that you can slip over.
Right.
Some children's work. There's really a variety of things. I mean, we've got somebody who does the most amazing aluminum gongs for gardens. So there is a lot of variety.
Right. So yeah, a little bit of everything for everybody, and a diversity of styles even within each.
Oh yes.
That's so cool. Awesome. So most of the artists, or all of the artists, are from New England. Are most of them quite close then to the gallery, or are they a little bit spread out?
Most are pretty close. I would say in the greater Boston area.
Right.
Of course, the 20 of us have to come in about twice a month to work, so we can't be too far away.
Right.
And a fair number of people from New Hampshire, Vermont, probably a couple of people from Maine, but everybody's pretty close.
Cool. All right. That's so great. So maybe this is a tough question, but what are some of your favorite pieces that are in the gallery right now, your personal favorites?
Oh, I'm not even going to answer that. I you said in advance you were going to ask that, and I thought, oh, that's like asking who's your favorite child.
Everyone has a favorite. They just aren't allowed to say it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and it's hard to say because I'll have different favorites for different reasons.
Exactly.
Or one day I'll be loving this and one day I'll be loving something else. So no, I'm going to bow out of that question.
That's okay. That's totally fair. That's excellent. So we talked a little bit about the online store and online shopping. I'm curious, how far can you ship pieces if someone from farther away wants to buy something?
I would say anywhere in the continental US. We could probably ship to Alaska, but it would be so expensive. I doubt if anybody's going to want to pay for that. But we've certainly shipped to California.
Okay, that's awesome. Really good to know for anybody checking out this today if you're not in the area. Or even if they're in the area, it's a little bit too hard to get down to Wellesley. Awesome.
Yeah, because some of the orders I've gotten have been, a couple have been for people right in Wellesley, and nearby towns that they just can't make it in.
Right.
Or also they want to give it as gifts and they're here and want to ship it somewhere else, or they live somewhere else but want to ship it to someone who is in Wellesley. So the online store makes the whole thing more flexible.
Right, that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely the day and age that you almost have to have an online store for everything, it seems. Awesome. So if someone was interested in becoming a part of the cooperative or displaying their art, can they do that?
Absolutely. The easiest thing is to go to our website, and I assume you will be posting
Yes, yeah.
the
We'll
website.
have down in the description and in the blog we'll have links to the web.
Good. It's cleverhandgallery.com. And look for the link that says either to join, it says something like that. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And we have our jurying form online, so it's easy to get and to read all about how you do it. But in a nutshell, all the work is juried. We jury actual work. We do not jury from photos. We want to see the work so that we can look at the quality of it. If it's pottery or jewelry, we're going to look very closely to see how it's finished. Right. And if those little details are right. If it's clothing, we're going to look at the seams. Are those seams really good? And we meet once a month. We meet the last Monday of the month, but we want to get the work into us a week early so we've got a good chance to look at it.
Makes sense.
And we look at it and we vote. We're interested in both people who are interested in becoming members, which means they're close enough and they've got the time to be working in the store. or to be on consignment, in which case we'll take the work. It's a 50-50 split, but they're juried the same way.
Okay, awesome. That's great. So there's a good process there for anybody that's interested in
Yeah.
also becoming part of the cooperative. Excellent. All right, so this is everything inside the gallery. Does the gallery and the cooperative do any other kind of events or anything special with the community outside of its walls?
Well, of course, we haven't for the last year and a half.
Of course, it's a little complicated.
So we're just getting to the point of thinking, can we be thinking of things again?
Mhm.
The biggest thing we've done is to do a collaboration with the art department at Wellesley High School, particularly the advanced pottery students, because they have an advanced pottery class, and they have an advanced jewelry and metals class. It's actually a metals class. It's much broader than jewelry.
Mhm.
And we have the teachers towards the end of the year select a couple of pieces from each of the students that are really good pieces and very exemplary of what they're doing. And then we have one of our windows, and we have 2 windows.
Mhm.
And we dedicate one of the windows to the students and show their work in a gallery setting, and have a nice opening for them, and invite the students and the public to come in and meet each other.
Wow, that's such a cool opportunity. I know at that age it's so hard to get out there and get started.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good way to build confidence for one, and also just to to get their work displayed. That's really cool.
And it's exciting for us to see how creative high school students are. And some of them at that age are interested in going on and being artists.
Right.
And we'll talk to them, and they'll say, oh no, I want to be an electrical engineer. And that's wonderful to have people coming into anything as they grow up, any kind of profession.
Right.
But knowing that in their background is a really good, strong arts background.
Right. Yeah. Art is, I think, important for all of us in some way or another, whether we're making it or wearing it or putting it on our walls. I think it's just such an important part of the human condition.
Yeah.
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 Very cool. Excellent. So before we go, is there anything else you'd like to mention I maybe didn't ask about that I should have?
You've covered it pretty well. I mean, just to say that we really hope people come in, and we're always delighted to see people. And one of the wonderful things about being a cooperative is not only does the public get to meet us, but we get to meet the people that are using our work, and that we get lots of feedback and lots of ideas from that just being there, and people say, have you ever thought about making it, a little differently, or have you ever thought of making a slightly different item? It's wonderful feedback for us.
Right. That's so cool. So it's not even just that the community gets to wear your art, but you get that kind of satisfaction from seeing them use it or put it in their homes or give the feedback as well. Very cool.
Absolutely. And sometimes someone will come in, and you'll see that they're wearing a pair of earrings that they got in a gallery,
Mhm.
and of course we recognize the work immediately, and it's a wonderful recognition.
Right. Very beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Anne. That was a really great conversation. Super interesting. And I can't wait to pop by the gallery if I'm ever in the area for sure. And
Oh, please
kind of
do.
absorb all that other thing, all the things
I mean,
around.
I probably won't be there, but be sure to introduce yourself to whoever's working.
For sure. Sounds great. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for watching this video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if anybody watching wants to have an interview with us talking about your neighborhood park, museum, gallery, or any other establishment, do get in touch with us through the website or social media. Until next time.